At top of half of the show, we talked about how earlier in the 2000s, there was an effort to relocate Chiang Kai-shek statues. So where did they all go? A lot of them got relocated. A lot of them are still there. You still find them in school campuses and traffic circles here, some places. But a lot of them got relocated to this place near Taoyuan called慈湖, which used to be Chiang Kai-shek and his wife Song Mingling's kind of summer palace. They saw this place. There was a lake here that reminded Chiang Kai-shek of his childhood home in Zhejiang. He liked it so much that he built a house there and declared that to be kind of his palace. And so when he died, he requested that this was going to be his temporary resting place. On the word temporary, because the goal of the KMT was always to take back China, to Zhejiang where he was from. But until then, guards would stand beside him at his temporary resting place. At this summer palace, there are lakes, there are grounds, and this is where a lot of the Chiang Kai-shek statues all ended up. So on any clear or cloudy, gloomy day, you look across this field and it's just different colors and sizes and
but with the same kinds of smile.
With same kind of smile, different postures of Chiang Kai-shek everywhere. But inside one of the houses,
his body is inside one of the houses.
Like his actual body is still there.
Yeah, not statue body, but his actual body is there. Not buried in a casket still. I think the KMT government intended to make him into a mummy like Mao or Stalin, but they failed. So I think they are bad at using formalin. Chiang Kai-shek, now he's in between of a mummy and a...
Wait, so he's inside the casket. The casket is closed though.
Yeah, because they failed to make him into a mummy. So now his smile is not a legal smile anymore.
Was he meant to be a mummy, or because the goal was that he would stay there until he got transported back to China, right?
Yeah.
But it was never to become a body to visit.
I don't know it's kind of weird. It's kind of scary. So anyway, what I want to say is that actually there is no legal basis for government to spend money on protecting his body.
It's usually it's up to the family.
His family can take his body back to Zhejiang now. Actually, we don't really need to wait till KMT take back China and then you move the body back to Zhejiang. Actually, you can do it right now, unless the Chinese government they stop you. They don't want you to, because Chiang Kai-shek is their enemy as well. I don't know.
I think it might be tough with COVID right now.
KMT is supposed to be the enemy of the communists. So half a century ago, I think they will stop KMT to move his body to China because that's their biggest enemy. But I think they will welcome that right now because they are good friends right now, KMT and the communists.
True.
So they are good friends, close friends like body. So they will embrace the body back to Zhejiang. I think they will do that.
But until then, his body is still, Chiang Kai-shek's body is still in Taiwan, in his summer palace, inside a casket, inside his old residence. Without
their families to claim it.
But guarded by military guards.
Yeah, with no legal basis.
So detention started as a indie video game on Steam. And when wildly popular, it's a game where you are plopped and you play as a student during White Terror era, and you are forced to stay after school during detention. And then you run into scary horror things. It's reminiscent of White Terror. It's supposed to kind of show you a bit of the experience of being that time. And later on, the game was so widely popular that it was adapted into a movie. Last year, Golden Horse last year, Detention won Best Screenplay, Best Music, Best Direction, Best Film. It was the top winning award of last year. I thought it was a film that turned martial law into a horror film that I think we could understand from today's point of view so well.
Some of the victims under martial law, they said that it's even more scarier with the experience they have during back the days. So I think for us, for the people right now, we we feel like it's so scary with the movie detention. But actually, for those people under oppression, their true lives was even more scary.
Yeah.
The reason why we say that transitional justice is about communication. It's about how we deal with all these legacy left by the previous authoritarian regime. It's not just what we should do in the legislative or administrative level. It's more about the people in the society, what we can do with our pop culture, with different kinds of works that we can do, and to make people more to understand what happened before and to experience the same kind of feelings of the victims. Even with pop culture, people might not get into the details of transitional justice, but at least they should know what kind of feelings back in the days. And I think that's very important. That's one of the reasons why I like detention so much. And nowadays there are comic books and also video games and different kinds of pop cultures. The creators and the artists, they try to connect themselves with the ideas of transitional justice.
And they some of them are very, very thoroughly researched, right? So detention, I remember when I was watching, just being so impressed by the level of the research that they did.
I think for the pop culture artist, with more these kind of documents being revealed, then you will, I believe all these documents can inspire you with more better works, even if you don't like detention or the works that we have so far. But I think with all these touching stories, documents, there will be a lot of better or you can create more. So I think the writers, musicians and directors of movies and more artists, I think we can try to create more works and based on the true stories happened before. I think that's helping the communication and process transitional justice. So you don't really have to create your own works with so serious values, but actually what we are doing right now can inspire more artists to do better jobs.
Yeah. Right. Rather, that's the job of the artist, is to bear witness to contemporary to history and then translate it into their medium. May it be movies or fiction or music.